Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And yesterday, 343 Industries put on their final social stream for the year, and there was a few things that caught my attention during the stream, and I wanted to share those with you guys and kind of have a little bit of a discussion because there were some important things, some not so important things, and then a little bit of hints and teases of the future whenever it comes to Halo Infinite. So let's go ahead and break down this stream. I've watched the entire thing and I've gathered up about 8 different little moments, so let's get right into it.
I'm going to answer a question over here, guys, on a tangential topic. I see people asking, hey, what's up with the MCC update? So yeah, about that. We put out a post this morning with some additional information, but reality is the team has been working super hard to try to get this update out into the players' hands before everyone disappears for the break and everything shuts down. And just late last night, unfortunately, we discovered a last-minute bug that unfortunately kind of keeps the build from hitting the bar that the team is committed to, which, you know, if we're not making the game better and continually moving forward, that's a problem. So this particular bug would have resulted in a content corruption issue that would have prevented people from being able to match into the match composer in certain scenarios, and also resulted
Profit
in
span
a
on my
crash.
ex.
So
I killed him.
unfortunately, we had to make the difficult decision to hold back that update until we have time to get that issue ironed out. So after we get back from the break and the holidays, and realistically after we get past the UGC Halo Classic, which is scheduled for the second weekend in January, then the team will look at bringing this update back out as soon as they can. So for now, a little bit of a delay, but it was the right call to make, and we look forward to sharing more information after the break.
So right off the bat, we have a little bit of a shit situation for 343 Industries. A lot of us have been waiting for this December update for the MCC, and a lot of us have been pretty excited about it and looking forward to some of the content that is supposedly coming. But they kind of have a shit situation where they finally get it ready, they've done their testing, and all of a sudden they run into a bit of a brick wall whenever it comes to this bug/glitch that basically, if they had put it out there, would have broken the match composer, meaning matchmaking would have been broken during the entire holiday and probably would have been broken until early January. So honestly, I think this is a good judgment call on 343 by delaying this update and kind of putting it off until they can come back, focus on it, and make sure it's proper, because which would you rather have? Then put an update out that breaks the entire game, makes it unplayable, and we go back to square one with the MCC? Or would you rather them delay it, make sure it's done properly, and then release it later on? But that's just me. I personally, I'm giving them a little bit of leniency on this. I think it was a good judgment call on 343's end, and hopefully the patch will be out soon enough.
Well, especially, I mean, you've openly talked about in your blog in June that there will be a flighting component for this game, right? So this will be kind of the first Halo game in that regard. Like, you don't just mean like the beta like we had for Halo 5, for example. This is a flighting program where different layers of the community is going to be able to play this game during the course of development, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the important things for us, this project, is to build alongside our community, and with our community providing input on the things that we're creating and iterating on. And so the flighting program, not like a beta where it's like a moment in time on Halo 5 where we had that launch for like a couple weeks. We want to have a relationship and kind of build that over time, where we have people coming in, giving us feedback, kind of playing the experiences, then we're updating it as we go and kind of having a loop there. I think the beta was great. I think at that time, a lot of our tech stack was really difficult to get those iterations in and out there with fans, and that's one of those kind of, as we improve the iteration for our team, we're also improving things that allow us to do that with the community and take more input along the way, which I think will be very good to make sure that we're building like a great experience.
For sure. And I know the next question is, when can we do all this? We don't have a date for flighting yet. Eventually, we will have a mechanism for people to opt in if you're interested in something like that. So that'll be kind of the first phase. Don't have a date for that quite yet either. But when that all is set up, then we'll look to Chris and Berger and team to decide when is the right time to start opening that flighting. And I imagine, similar to how we operated the MCC update, probably going to start small. And I could just sort of imagine that it would gradually grow over time. And then next thing you know, it's the real game.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next thing that comes up is the whole idea of Halo Infinite having a flight test. Now, this to me is kind of a good idea. The flight did pretty well for the MCC. A lot of people were happy with it. A lot of people love to support the community and try and make the community better and try and make the game better by being there to help test it and really call it out whenever 343 misses things. This is a way that we can test it because we have a lot of people that are hardcore dedicated players who have a lot of free time and want to help support the community, and having a test flight is a good option. But this isn't what caught my main interest. This is good. We kind of knew about this, but there was something else in about a few seconds later that caught my interest, and I'm going to play that right there for you.
I see a question. Will there be more trailers? I'm going to assume at some point. Sure.
We're definitely going to show the game more at some point, yeah.
I saw a question. Do we think that we'll do flighting on PC as well?
You know, I don't think we've really talked about like the specifics around that. I think we are releasing on PC.
Obviously, the game is being developed with PC in mind.
So we're releasing on PC. I think we'll probably start not on PC, but then get to PC over time. Gotcha. I think that's probably the way we're gonna look at that. We are working on building them both at the same time, but I think there's just some kind of familiarity that we have with console that we'd probably start there, just from a flighting perspective.
This is some actually really solid good news because honestly, depending on how things go, depending on what happens over the next couple of months, what we see gameplay wise and so on, I might be interested in being a part of the flight for the PC version of Halo Infinite. And hell, maybe I'll be able to convince some of my friends to join me and come back to the Halo community, depending on what we see, of course. I'm not saying I'm going to absolutely do this, but it depends on what we see with Halo Infinite, because honestly, I'm really excited that Halo's finally going to get maybe a proper game on the PC, and it sounds like later on we'll talk about this, that's going to be actually optimized for the PC and running, you know, based on your specs, and that's a good thing. And especially if we have players going into the test flight with different test builds and different test configs and basically testing the game to see what is the best optimizations and everything we can do, then guess what? We're going to get a much better game all around. And yes, of course, the console is going to be the main focus. Xbox is their main platform. But don't forget about PC, guys. PC is a major market. It's actually one of the biggest markets right now for gaming. And I know that a lot of Xbox guys are going to be pissed off in the chat, and they were during this moment saying, oh, don't give them the game. They don't deserve the game. Fuck them. Xbox only, bitch. You know, they were just going on. And the thing is for me is that, you know, if we had the same mentality, if PC guys had the same mentality that they have, is that you guys would never get PUBG. You guys would never have gone Minecraft. You would have never gone a bunch of games. But we want you to have those games. We want to have those experiences with you guys. We want to have cross-platform with you guys because we want to have fun. It's a community-driven thing. And the thing that drives me nuts is just the fact that it's like, fuck them. Fuck them. You know, we're this elite little group, and that kind of mentality bugs me. I'm not saying I'm better because I'm on the PC. I'm not saying I'm better because I'm on the Xbox. I'm not saying I'm better because I'm on the PS4. I just want us to be a community. I want everyone to be able to play the game, have fun, and be a community. That's all.
I do.
Burger does.
I know.
It was a big moment, right?
I think I know.
What was it?
Why don't you do it, Burger?
Well, you can do it. Do I know what it is? Was I in the video?
I think
you were in the room.
So. We were all in a giant auditorium.
This is going
and we
really
saw this,
well
and it was
right
a
now.
cool thing, and it was.
Our day of Olympus.
Oh boy,
I think so.
We're getting a little.
But I think
Don't make me snap. Don't make me snap.
Wow.
maybe
We're not on the same. Chris, why don't you take this?
I don't. Now I'm just like, yeah.
All right. Well,
there were multiple people.
I think
there was one
there
screen.
were 4 people involved.
Oh, I know exactly what we're
that's
talking
what
about.
I thought you were going.
Yeah,
on.
we're
too bad
talking
the
about
game- you went to
the game
auditorium?
started.
Hold that
The
thought.
game is starting. Let me just.
If only we were playing in split screen.
What?
What?
That's what I was trying
Is
to
that
get
what you're
at.
talking about?
Yes.
No, well, you
I,
confused me. With
I was trying to
auditorium.
let
Then you
Burger
scared
talk
me,
about it.
'cause
Yeah,
I thought
then
you were going to say something
then we've
else
gone
that
like
no one
completely
else-
off the
As soon as
reservation.
you're like, I don't know. If we're all on the same page, it's like.
It's like now we're not on the same page
Don't say
for
anything
sure.
if you're not sure.
But we did see a video, and I think there was a really cool moment when Halo Infinite was up and running, and we had 4 people on the team playing on one TV, correct?
Confirmed. We have split screen working.
Split screen. Yep.
We made a promise to the community that we would have it in our kind of next game that we made, and it's working. We can play on it. It's a huge accomplishment for the team this year. That burger helped drive, which is kind of why we were trying to tee it up for him. We need to find
The
a.
opportunity was
He
there.
knew it. I think we scared him.
We need to find like
He thought it was a trap.
an easier tee.
All right, well, that's resonating pretty good in the chat, so we'll still let Burger take credit for that.
Now, we all knew this was coming. There was a promise of split screen in the next Halo game. This was made by Bonnie Ross a few years ago, and I'm going to kind of snap on over to the card in the top right corner because you guys can go check that out, because I did a video back when that was originally announced, and me and Insane Matt, back when he was called Combat MJ, kind of covered that. But the fact is that this is better than I thought it was going to be. Because initially I thought, oh, we're going to get maybe 2 players on a single screen. That's going to be our split screen experience. Supposedly these guys have got 4 players on one screen on an Xbox. So that makes my perspective a little bit better and kind of makes me think, I wonder what we can do on the PC with high refresh rate monitors and 4 players. And I kind of have an idea for a video in the future once this game comes out, kind of stress testing, you know, what we can do, 4 players on one computer playing split screen, and what kind of frame rates we can get out of the game. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's going to be a fun little experiment. Hopefully I'll get to do it on PC. Hopefully split screen will be carried over to the PC, and that will be something that we will receive for all of us PC gamers. Because here's the thing, we like LANs too. We like split screen gaming too. Split screen gaming is not dead on the PC. I can promise you that. I can promise you that, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, something that I've
I
seen.
don't even know what that looks like.
There is something
don't know
else
if I
that we
want to know
could
what that
touch on too that it comes up a lot, right? Is just the whole notion of player customization and player progression. And I know we can't go super deep into it, but I think by a lot of fans' account, they kind of hold Halo Reach as kind of the pinnacle of player customization in the Halo universe. What would you, Chris, have to say to those folks as they look forward to Halo Infinite?
So I would say that those fans are going to be really excited when they get to learn more about our Halo Infinite customization. I agree that Reach did a really great job there.
Good stuff. Okay.
I think
Burger's
that's
nodding.
all.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
Burger's nodding in approval.
Just to make sure I don't go off the deep end, I'll just nod.
Just nod.
Just
It's
nod.
a safe play.
I know.
It is the
It's a
safest
safe
play you
play.
can make.
Now, a lot of people were excited when they heard this whole line about, oh, we're going to have a Halo Reach style of customization. This is going to be amazing. You're going to have all of Halo Reach's customization, and basically you're going to have each piece be individually customized. And, you know, a lot of people kind of took this a little too far from what I saw, thinking, oh, the credit system's coming back. I don't think that's the case. I do not think that's the case one bit. I'm going to use a lot of, you know, skepticism and caution to this, because the thing is that they still plan on doing microtransactions. They still plan on having microtransactions in Halo Infinite. So my skepticism radar is going off the radar right now, thinking, okay, you got Halo Reach's level of customization. That's good, because Halo 5's sucked. It was shit. It was minimal compared to every other game we've ever had. So honestly, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that you're going to be improving your whole customization system. But in all honesty, my skepticism radar is kind of, you know, ringing, saying, hey, keep your eye on this one, because it could be good, it could be bad, but we won't know until we got the game in our hands.
Well, one thing that I was talking to Chris about as we were walking down here, just kind of saying, you know what, I know we're going to have lots of cool stuff. You can customize your Spartan. Player expression is going to be an important part of the game.
Yep.
I always thought it would be super cool that if you're someone like Uni who has put in so much time and you maxed out Halo 5 and you hit Spartan rank 152, you should probably have a little something special waiting for you in Infinite.
I'd be all for it.
Or I also recommended we up the level cap to like 254. And
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Not ideal.
But Chris, I know we can't reveal specifics, but can we throw a bone to our most hardest core Halo 5 players? If people hit that tier, can we at least do something for them?
If you make Spartan rank 152 in Halo 5, we will do something for you.
Okay, that is actually a new reveal. That's new information. Wasn't even confirmed prior to this stream, but Chris calls the shots. So there you have it. It is now a thing.
Now, I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to say, oh, Gamer's going to bash all over this because he hates Halo 5. He thinks it's shit. No, actually, I'm not, because the thing is that I always have had the belief of unlocking due to progress. I always have had the belief of unlocking new things because of how much dedication you've showed, how much effort you've showed, and how much time you put into something. And having a reward in the next game is going to drive people to go back to Halo 5. That's a smart idea. That's just smart. Because there are people that do want to see what this unlockable is, what this special thing is, and honestly, it might be something really cool. It might show a lot of dedication. It might show a lot of people who, want to go back and, really show this progress. Because honestly, what was one of our favorite things in Halo 3? Going back and unlocking Recon. Going back from Halo 3 ODST, doing all the Vid Masters, and putting in all that hard work to get Recon armor. And, honestly, that was a great experience. That was a great experience for me, and I loved doing that, and it was one of my favorite times, and I need to go back on my current main account and do that again. But the thing is that I'm not gonna bash this just because it has to do with Halo 5. I want people who enjoy Halo 5 to enjoy Halo 5 and get the most out of it. And if this is something that gives them a little bit more playtime, this is something that gives them something to work towards, and they've done everything, and everything that, they wanted to accomplish, they've accomplished, then hell, who am I to say, fuck you because you like Halo 5? No, I'm not gonna do that. I want people to have these kind of systems. As long as it's not a microtransaction that basically gets given to us later on, I'm fine with it. Don't do that. Don't, take this special item that you're giving to these Halo 5 players and then later tie it to a microtransaction that you can just gamble for. Because the thing is that I really did get bothered whenever the Halo Skrill kind of diminished because it was now a part of a microtransaction. The Halo Skrill was something that honestly I was a big fan of, and honestly I thought was really special, and then they just ruined it by changing the armor design and then basically putting it in a microtransaction. So that's just my opinion, but I think it is cool that they are going to be giving something special to the players that really put their dedication into Halo 5 and have gotten that 152 rank. I do think that's a cool little item or something special that will, come across. And please make it special. Please make it special, 343. Don't make it stupid. Like, can we get something special, something that people actually want to work for? Don't give us just some stupid fucking emblem. Give us something actually worth our time to go and do that 152. Because I guarantee you there's a lot of people that already have it. Because there's a lot of people that are dedicated to Halo 5. And then there's a lot of people that want to have it. So I guarantee you if you actually make it worthwhile, then you're going to get more people going back to Halo 5 just to do this. But, what do I know? Let's just see what happens.
Burger, I've seen a couple questions come up. I don't know how much you could speak to this, but does it change how you and the team think about development of Halo Infinite, knowing that you're looking at console and PC? It's different for the series.
Yeah, I mean, we take the PC as a full first-class citizen, and so PC audience expect different things and a more curated console experience, and so. It definitely goes into our philosophy of making sure that we can allow the scalability and things of the different hardware of PC, and so it's just something that we have to think about as we're building.
And obviously, you knew all that during the development of the Slipspace engine and tool sets and all of that. So I guess that maybe was another reason why some of our old tools and systems were going to be harder to
yeah, it certainly helped us be able to build the scalability to support the PC in the way that we want to.
See, this is what I really like to hear, is that they are focused on the PC platform as an individual and basically making sure that the features that need to be in that PC version are there and that it is set up the way it should be for a PC version. Because honestly, look at the Halo 5 Guardians Forge or whatever it was called a few years ago. That thing was a major disappointment. Yes, it did 60 hertz. but it couldn't go beyond that. There was no FOV slider. They said that they were going to do an FOV slider, and here's the worst part. I've got a 1080 Ti, and that game sometimes chugs. I'm not even kidding you. I have beyond the recommended specs for that game, and that game chugs at times, which is extremely disappointing. And I've seen better PC ports from Microsoft and the Xbox platform and so on and so forth come to PC. Gears of War 4 was an excellent port. There's been a number of other ones, Halo Wars 2, so on and so forth. But as long as they actually add an FOV slider, uncapped frame rate, or even up to 144 Hz, I think that they would be on a great track to make a great PC port. But I am glad to hear that they are focusing on the hardware of different systems and scalability between as low as they can go to as high as they can go with this game. That's very important for the PC community, and I'm glad to hear that they are taking this very serious. So I think that's gonna about do it for this entire breakdown. I watched the entire stream, and the only other thing of interest that everyone was flipping out about was the black undersuits. And the thing is that I thought it was already kind of a known thing that we were gonna get black undersuits after the Halo Infinite trailer at E3. I mean, look at Master Chief's armor. It's the classic armor. I don't think they're gonna fuck up the black undersuits. I thought that already had gone across, and they even said on the stream that they've gotten it loud and clear that this is something that they know is important to people, so that's taken care of. Don't worry about it. But honestly, listening to the stream, it does make me feel a little bit better about Halo Infinite. It does make me feel like there is a little bit of a understanding of where the community is at, and I'm glad to hear that they are taking care of this, December patch and making sure that it is ready for when it can go live. Even if it's going to be delayed, I'd rather have a delayed patch than a broken patch that makes us go back to step one with the MCC and makes it unplayable again. That's just my perspective, but what's yours? Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. If there was a certain section or something that you particularly want to talk about, let me know down in the comment section down below, and we can discuss it, we can debate it. And honestly, I honestly look forward to some of the discussions we're going to have, because there is a lot here to break down, a lot here to talk about, and I would like to hear how you guys took it. Did you take it a different way than I did? Did you see a different perspective on this? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. You can also find all of my information down in the description box below, including my Twitter, my Twitch, everything you need to know down in the description box down below. But as always, guys, GamerJlee signing out.